Hello and welcome, folks, to Noise with Ivan. I have a standard review format in which I listen to several albums over the course of a little while, and usually about a week. It's almost like one day of listening. Like, I'll have a day that's set where I look at or listen to a handful of releases, but as you've noticed, if you watch the program, I had a run of releases from the bottom of the barrel, as I called it, that I listened to and kind of reviewed, and things were going good. And then I decided, hey, I think I got busy, first of all, so I hadn't listened to too much, and I also was interested in going through my collection of 3-inch CDRs and standard CDRs, just to kind of show what it is we do at None of the Flesh and why. I finally got through all of them. It took longer than I expected. I don't know why I thought it wouldn't take very long. It was a ton of stuff. But I went through just sort of a shoebox of CDs, and I have finished doing that. And so I had a lot of albums that I had listened to from the bottom of the barrel, going to the very bottom of the Rate Your Music lists, and looking at what are some of the poorly rated albums, because when you're looking at smaller or micro genres like harsh noise wall or harsh noise, the top 250 list is not going to be, or however many is in there. Yeah, much more than that, because I think it was 125 pages of albums. Some of these albums go to the very bottom. Okay, now I've listened to a handful of things since then. It's not all bottom of the barrel stuff. It's most of the things I've listened to are not real popular in general. I tend to go for things that I don't think anyone really has probably heard, with the exception of 2 or 3 people. I have a handful of those albums from the bottom of the barrel. I have just a lot of stuff that I've archived while I was going through all those CDs. Some of the CDs I went back and listened to. And unfortunately, I did not bring any CDs with me, so that's not what I'm not going to show CDs. And I apologize for that, but I am going to talk about them. Thank you for watching, and let's start with rolling the intro. Usually I have my notes on a different laptop. This is on the same laptop, so I'll look at you, but I'm looking at a monitor of myself that's right here. My bad. Noisy Conspiracies, Infected Scab, and Crepuscular Entity. I don't know if I actually addressed this in the video, but I definitely, and what we have here is notifications. And the reason I was listening to this, and again, I don't know if I talked about it on Noise with Ivan. The reason I was listening to this is that I put on my phone Bandcamp, hit shuffle. This is the album that came up, went to the album itself, listened to the whole thing. I am not one to listen to individual tracks. I don't think noise listeners are in general, but that was why. So this was a random from my Bandcamp collection. Definitely not polished. It's not really very warm. It's very screechy, but it has kind of like a little bit of a nails on the chalkboard feel at times, but it has a little bit of a warmth in that it has a tape feel, it has an old school feel. If you look at the cover, it sounds like the cover looks, but it's definitely a harsh noise release. It might also look, grindcore or something like that, maybe even gore noise, but it looks great. I love how the cover looks. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Severed Heads in general, but they nailed the vibe on that one. Someone had put in Noisecore as one of the genres or subgenres. I didn't feel that. I think Noisecore has a rhythmic element generally. It's actually more so a product, if I'm thinking correctly. Putting core in the name of it kind of implies that it's part of hardcore anything, and it's not hardcore anything. It's noise. It's a noise release, but solid. I kind of liked it. It's not, for those of you that are used to a little bit more polished stuff, maybe if you're used to my stuff, you might not like it, but It's a good noise release. And it's a split, so you can just put it on. I think we should probably be able to listen to splits and mass budget releases, or like mass. I would say mass market, but it's not mass market, right? Not a small market of one or two people, and then anyway, Mon Plaisir by Rose Mon Plaisir. I don't remember this artist. It's a French guitarist, and I remember the artist because they do a lot of things. Like there's a Creative Commons emphasis, loyalty free music, no content ID. Like it's all over the Bandcamp, loyalty free music, no content ID. These remind me of. I relate a lot to this kind of music. It's maybe Portraits of Cain is the last time I would have done something like this. It's been a long time since I've recorded music or made music by hooking up a looper pedal to my guitar and then like delay and reverb and a guitar amp. That's the kind of vibe that you're getting from this really beautiful music. Just one guitar player recording something and then improvising. So it was really inspirational for my creative process, I suppose. And I wrote that it explores the capabilities of the instrument in introductory loops along with the artist. Mr. Columnist, I guess. Pretty cool. Infinite Perversion, Macronympha, keeping with the theme of perversion at the top. Okay, so that implies that I had this on because this was called for Infinite Perversion, and I said that it keeps with the theme of perversion, that implies that I would have had these on the Distressing Themes episode. So I'm sorry, but this is a great record. You should listen to it. This was at the bottom of the general noise chart. So again, like I said, going into this, and I'm sure I said it in previous videos, the bottom of the Gore Noise chart is really bad. Probably not even actually a sufficient rating. Bottom of the Harsh Noise chart, probably really bad. But the bottom of the noise itself chart, there's a lot of stuff that's considered to be noise music. So, and this is, I think, where that was from. So that's a solid choice, I think. You know, low key a little bit, but solid. And a lot of people, Macronympha, since the 90s? You know, so a lot of people are big fans of Macronympha. And if you're not into Macronympha, you probably should be. And it's one of the type of releases that you can either listen to it actively or passively. It's that much going on. You know, you can blur it out. It's like focusing and unfocusing your eyes. You can blur it out, put it in the background. Or 4IB is charging $18 for the Digipack. It's a lot of money. I don't know. You can get your Harsh Noise CDRs for $4 and not at theflesh.bandcamp.com. Often for less. I'm thinking I went from $7 to $5 to $3 to $4. It's been $4 for a while. $4 is probably a good price, but I could be selling them for less. I don't know. Get a Bandcamp Fridays coming up. Go for that. We'll have them real cheap. There is not much dedicated to Noisecore out there. There's not a lot of Noisecore releases, but Noisecore I think is a common thing. It's weird because I feel like Noisecore is just the DIY one-man hardcore or the noise version of punk rock, which I think is a common theme. And again, I said that the Crepuscular Entity Infected Scabs split was not Noisecore, but that's exactly what I'm looking for Noisecore, so I'm really on a fence there. I kind of agree with whoever is saying that it's Noisecore, but there should be more Noisecore. What is the deal? I like it. You know, emulating punk rock. All of the noise that emulates punk rock is gore noise and has gore on the cover instead of. And I guess the Infected Scab split is no different, but I'm thinking Eddie Murphy, right? The Eddie Murphy My War Crimes split, NDPP. It reminds me of the old school gore noise, like, oh gosh, there was an artist, and the noise community is all over that stuff. Deep Fried Embryo. Oh my goodness, gonna fall apart here. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's in there with Deep Fried Embryo. They weren't the pictures that they are today. Like, the early 2000s, it didn't have the artwork. Everything was still kind of the Xerox artwork at the time, or like hand-drawn and stuff like that. And today it's like the unreadable tags that the artists have, and then just, somebody got their head cut off or something like that. There was at least a fun aspect to it at one time. The Dendo Aka Daruma No Hai Hentai Gorilla Club. This is like a combination of like hardcore and Le Realises de Nudes. You remember that? It was weird because they were really, really popular, but because they weren't popular. You know what I mean? It was a weird band. Oh, there's all these YouTube videos about them, and they had the whole thing where they never released an album because they didn't like how they sounded when they were recorded, so they only played live shows, so all that you listened to. And they were on Spotify. I would listen to them on Spotify. This is kind of like that, but it has more of a black metal feel. Is what it comes out to. It has a little bit of D-beat going on. I don't know if you're into that. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to listen to it. And I found it on, it's technically a Japanese hardcore punk record. Yeah, it's not super popular either. So I'm sure there are people that are looking to listen to that. You're welcome. Oh, Dendo Aka Daruma as well had the no power vibrator motor heat. What I'm saying is that it definitely has a more hardcore feel to it, and I like it a lot better. But it's a compilation, so it must be a compilation of the stuff that they had done, and is confined by the grounds of Noisecore. So, Dendo Aka Daruma, I got you. That's a deep cut. You're gonna love it, especially if you're looking for things to listen to on YouTube. That's your type of stuff, I feel like. Noise Phobia, GOP. I hate when they have samples of music. That does not make me pleased when it comes time for the bad music when I was listening to good music. There was no screaming on this release. I need screaming. This was a guy cooing like an owl. The band was really good, though it would be nice to hear them more. Okay. I don't remember. It's probably good that I don't remember it. Let me give a quick... Oh yeah, you can't be sampling like classical music and then play your Noisecore. I said I didn't like this. I'm gonna give it a 2-star rating. We are all looking for things that we don't like so that we can give it bad ratings. DBIVFV K9 Hemorrhoids. This is Gorgride. It's Noisecore. It's Power Noise. Power Noise? I've never even heard of Power Noise. Ooh, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. I gave it 3 stars. It's fun. It has Garfield and John on the cover. Where's Odie? I feel like Odie should be there. Why is John a bigger character? John is not a bigger character than Odie. This is actually not bad. I love the way the Vaporwave's... It's like Vaporwave's fat cousin in using so many samples and distorting so much copyrighted music. But they jam. They blast it out. Not really very bad at all. Okay. I don't remember it. It's almost as if I'm recommending it to myself. Let's listen to it, guys. Come on, let's get into it. I need to remember to put everything, if it is available on YouTube, Noise with Ivan Features and Fun playlist. I've changed the name of it. I can't think of a good name. Features and Fun. School Water Fountain. I love the name. And this looks like we're going to look at what it is. It's harsh noise wall, so it has these kind of melodic micro variations and a broad bandwidth. That's a good name, but it has this really wide cover, and it looks like it actually says something on it. I'm not going to worry about what it says. Prosium, this is by various artists. It's pretty good, and it's pricey, but it has artists on it that are good. And I'm looking to find out just who those artists are. Oh, Placenta Liposuction and Sleep Column are on there. Those are the ones that I recognize. Light Collapse, Pulsating Veins, and Bordel Noir. We'll look on Bandcamp because I said that it was pricey. Oh, there's a DVD box set that is... The digital album is $15. Lord knows how much the disc costs. I know we do that. We raise our digital price higher than the CD price. So... You will buy the CD because the label is specifically for CDs, and then there's a link to the label where you can get the free, or Name Your Price Digital. There's also a link to where you can get CDs and Name Your Price Digitals down below. But I didn't see how much the actual disc costs, but $15 is insane for a digital, even though they're really good artists. I think I was actually wanting to buy it. So, I mean, if you got $15 around, that might be a good pick. Definitely listen to it, the Prosium. I suppose it's a 4-way split, or you can consider it to be various art as a compilation. Moth Noise Wall number 3. Moth Noise Wall is awesome. You should listen to them all. They're pretty good. Oh, Kubatu Asparagus, She Wasn't Yours, It Was Just Your Turn. This is very harsh, but also has quite the loose nature to it. It feels like it could be harsh noise, yet it's under Kubatu Asparagus, so it is considered to be Harsh Noise Wall by default in my mind, and I suppose in his mind, there's voice recordings or spoken word, and it's a man who's very upset. I've been listening to a lot of Kubatu Asparagus lately. I didn't know that I had listed any in here, but he's been doing a lot of great releases. Yeah, you're probably going to be getting some meditations on, and there might be even some more in this video. Shear and Placental Liposuction. It's a loose, complex pressurized. It's very relaxing. So if you're into ambient noise wall, Palestra by Shear and Placental Liposuction is very good. Can't find a video, but you'll find it on Bandcamp. I'm sure you're all Bandcamp users. I suppose I listened to a ton of placenta liposuction. I should have done a placenta liposuction themed video. The Nasarati split, Nasatari split. It's very harsh and coarse, yet also loose and slightly glassy, just like broken glassy. It's not going to fall under the category of ambient. Not easily palatable, but it's very good, and it works well at that. Concrete Death by Placental Liposuction is 2009 release, going way back in the day for Placental Liposuction, who I think is still very active in the noise community. In my mind, this is perfectly in the middle between harsh noise wall and ambient noise wall. There's not as many cool dynamics as the other ones, but the other couple that I listened to were very, very, very good. But this is still a great wall if you liked the other ones. I would put the other ones before that. The Terminal Erection split. It's listed as harsh. I felt that it was ambient. Maybe it goes both ways. Really like it. That's also a highly regarded harsh noise wall. And also a harsh noise wall in 2009. What do you expect from that? It's not going to be like these modern harsh noise walls. So Concrete Death, probably still a great one. And if you're into more of a traditional thing, if you have more of a traditional taste in noise walls than me, then you're probably going to be a bigger fan of that. Placental Liposuction and Unearthed is one of great low-end warmth, but it's fine in general. This one, 2011, right? The last one was 2013. Wow, old. No, they're all pretty old. It's like 10-year-old walls. Goodness gracious. I'm a kid. What can I say? Linda Necropsy. Aha, got freed. I love the art on the cover. The whole thing is a Gilbert Gottfried record. Dirty Jokes. His special, Dirty Jokes. Which kind of made me sad and nostalgic because he has passed away, and maybe this came out when he passed away. And he has a really charming voice, even though the jokes are not charming. And it's a noise record with Gilbert Gottfried playing consistently. It's very interesting, very well done, outside of the box. Oh, Kubatu Asparagus, The Lion's Den, solid. It's ambient noise. Well, it was awesome. Insane Torture Device. Really good Macronympha release. I'm going to talk about it next week, but Tantric Bile Befoulment was a really great release that I listened to. That was a CD that I had in my collection. And next week I'm going to talk about indie music. So thank you so much for watching. The support means a great deal. That's How to Listen to Harsh Noise Walls did really well, near 1,000 views. I've had many of these go from 30 views to 80 views, and that can be a difficult thing. But all you got to do, the difficulty with the creative field is that all you have to do is enjoy, have fun, follow your passion, and it's self-sabotaging that absolutely ruins that. So in a way, I had a conversation with a person who will go unmentioned, who said that sometimes it was talking about the Bible and says sometimes we want to just make a sacrifice for our sins. It would be a lot easier because it's so easy to get lost and not know what to do. And I feel that way creatively, and I think it's the broader picture that this person was talking about there that I'm struggling with just the same. There's a very simple solution to it, and this is that God is to be glorified. That's the greatest thing that you can do, that you can possibly aim for. Seeing and experiencing the joy of the love of God. But we reject it. I'm a Christian. I'm a very committed Christian, and I reject it all the time, every day. Why do I want things? Why do I want to waste time? When I know how to access the greatest joy I've ever felt and will ever feel, why do I waste my time? And why do I insist that things aren't going well when all I have to do is just follow that passion? Listen, everybody's there. Everybody's there or been there. I erupted with joy this past weekend, and I can talk from the heart for a moment. And I think that it's important that I just go right back into that headspace. I've got a tired voice. I've been making audiobooks, so I will take some time to rest my voice and do some editing, maybe make some music, maybe listen to some more music for Noise with Ivan, even though I have a ton of stuff that I wanted to talk about that I have not talked about. Again, I'm going to talk about indie pop next week, so, and yeah, I wasn't joking. So, Godspeed. Listen to Slavery. Enjoy your noise releases.